Good evening, Miles and family. Talk, good to see you as well. How you doing? How you been? Evening, Miles. Pure, good to see you as well. How you doing? Brother Miles, how are you? I'm doing great. Bilal, how you doing, brother? How you been? Also, thank you to the CMF members that are retweeting this live show as well. Thanks so much to everybody that's retweeting this live show. Dennis, good to see you as well. How you doing? Evening, Miles of CMF. Jason, good to see you as well. How you doing? How you doing, brother? Thanks so much to everyone that's retweeting this live show. I'm getting notifications. Evening, Miles on Crypto Peeps. Semper, good to see you as well. How you doing? Jason, good to see you as well. Wheezy, what's up, brother? How you doing, Wheezy? Manny, good evening, Miles and family. Good to see you as well. How you doing, Manny? Alhamdulillah, doing good. Tomorrow, big game for Bilal. Let's go, Bilal. Today is also a big game for Bitcoin halving. The Bitcoin halving is in 1 hour and 56 minutes. Big news. Below, we have a lot of news to go through. A lot of BTC halving scenario news to go through from different perspectives of different CEOs around the world to go through on today's live show. Evening, Miles and CMF. Pierce, good to see you as well. How you doing? How you been? Also, thank you to anyone that shared it to the Telegram group as well, the live show, because some people can't find it on YouTube, some people can find it on X. So thanks so much to everybody that's sharing the live show on the Telegram group as well. And thanks to everybody that's retweeting the live show as well on X. How will it affect XRP and XLM, the halving? How will the Bitcoin halving affect XRP or XLM, or in general other altcoins? It affects it quite a lot because things are also different this time around. It's not just about, BTC essentially going through a halving. They have essentially BTC bringing adoption. In historic patterns, BTC would do well, and then it will feed into the altcoins. But this time around, Bitcoin can continue doing well because of the BTC ETFs, because things have changed. But also the BTC ETFs do grow much adoption for the rest of the crypto space as well in general. So it will do quite well for all of them. A lot of things have changed from historic times. Camel, good to see you, brother. How you doing? Well, we'll go more in detail into it the moment we start off the live show and say a disclaimer as well. Camel, good to see you as well. How you doing, brother? Are we going to stay on the TAD later tonight to celebrate the halving? Yes, we'll stay a little bit later on the CMF live show so we can be awake for the halving. The Bitcoin halving is not that far off. It's at about 1 hour and 50 minutes is the Bitcoin halving. So it's approximately when we do typically finish the live show off around 1:20 a.m. is pretty much, I think, when the halving is. Hi, Miles. Yeah, so we celebrate the Bitcoin halving on this live show tonight like it's a new year for cryptocurrencies. We'll do a countdown. Hi, Miles, the CMF. 1 hour and 40 minutes until the halving. No miracles happening today. Miracles happening today. Price on which one? On Bitcoin price? Well, there's two outcomes, as I said previously. One is Nicholas, JP Morgan analyst. The other one, Eric Bloomberg. Up or down is what you're saying. We'll have to go for both of them. As I've said, the market could go 1,000 ways, but drawing it down to 2 to 3 outcomes is the best way to do it. Interesting enough, a lot of crypto influencers are now saying, there's 2 outcomes inside the market. Either the market can go up based on this, or the market can go down based on this. But before, the crypto influencers were saying the market's going to crash 90%, everybody jump out. Again, is what they were saying. But now I'm seeing recent videos from a lot of influencers on TikTok that keep on coming up. And they're all saying there's 2 outcomes now. Something that I've been saying or the CMF has been saying for quite a while now, that there is 2 outcomes technically. But a lot of them before were saying, again, 90% sell off, everybody jump out. But now apparently there's 2 outcomes. Something we discussed a while ago. What's one piece of life advice you'd give to others that you had to learn the hard way? Don't mix emotions with business. It's something that a lot of people know, but a lot of people don't do too well. I knew when I started, going into the finance world, the market world, and so on, not to involve emotions into it. But I did at the beginning, and it was a big mistake. So in anything to do with business, it's a very easy saying. Don't mix emotions with business. But you do end up doing it sometimes. So don't do it. Never mix, business with emotions. Worst idea ever, especially in the stock market or the crypto market. It's easier said than done for a lot of people. What if XRP hits alternate by time of halving? What if XRP hits alternate by time of halving? Well, that should be interesting. Happy Friday, everyone. Kim, good to see you as well. How you doing? Joe, even in Miles and CMF, good to see you as well. How you doing? This will be a historical halving. Definitely will be, yes. Ripple should make a stablecoin pegged to gold. Who knows? There could be someone on the way. Will XRP be backed by gold? No. XRP is not going to be backed by gold, and XLM is not going to be backed by silver either. There's no actual evidence to back that up in any sort of a way. And it's bad to tell the community this as well, because everybody gets their exceptions up for XRP or XLM and think one of them is gold and one of them is silver. And it doesn't. Essentially, it turns out not to be either way, and a lot of people get disappointed. So spreading misinformation inside of crypto space is not that great. Not saying you're spreading misinformation, obviously not below, but I'm saying in general, I've seen a lot of people do it. Adi, hi Miles and all CMF. Adi, good to see you as well. How you doing? Free and Forever, good evening, Miles and CMF. Good to see you as well. How you doing, Free and Forever? Everyone's shooting on one by one. Let's go. But either way, it's not going to be backed by gold or silver, but it's going to do exceptionally well. Now, backed by gold or silver in tokenization aspects, yes, I can see that happening. But actually backed by gold in valuation, no. But tokenizing gold on an XRP ledger or tokenizing anything on the XRP ledger, I see that happening. Yes, guaranteed. Anything being tokenized. But being backed by it is a different scenario to tokenizations. So keep that under consideration as well. Will crypto talk on social media and news channels start tonight with the halving? Will crypto talk on social media tonight with halving? We could do, yeah. I got Mike. Hi, Miles and family. Troy, good to see you as well. How you doing? Will this be anticlimax, Miles, once the Bitcoin halving lands in a couple of hours? No, it won't be an anticlimax. Why do you think Stellar burned 50 billion XLM? That's money. Why do you think Stellar burned 50 billion XLM? That's money. They're probably not needed anymore. They say for XRP to be very high price and be a reserve currency, it needs to be backed by something, and they say gold. It doesn't need to be backed by anything. If they add value to the XRP ledger, then instantly XRP will gain value over time. So they don't have to be backing the asset by anything to give it value. I'll give you a very good example regarding you don't have to back a asset or a currency to have value. The US dollar. The only reason the US dollar is the US dollar is because I believe this is $1 and you believe this is $1. There's nothing really backing it. It's just I believe it's $1, you believe it's $1, therefore it's $1. And it's set tape, it's essentially set. So there's nothing really needs to, sometimes nothing really needs to back the asset or back the currency. As long as one party accepts this is valued at $1 and the other party accepts this is $1, then it's $1. If one party accepts this is $1,000, the other party accepts this is $1,000, then it's $1,000. So there are scenarios that could be played out as well. Hi CMF, Rumi, good to see you as well. How you doing? So in will be in and out. So in will be in and out. Oh, you'll be in and out. Okay, JP, good to see you as well, brother. How you doing? It has utility, not need for be backed. Yes, true. Very, very true. So before we start the live show, welcome to the CMF live show, everyone. If you're new to this live show, this is a live show where we talk about how the world is evolving into a digital space. And today is a very special day, well, because it's the Bitcoin halving. And this is called the Crypto Mouse Family Live Show. In other words, the CMF live show is a late live show that I do every single night at 11:25 p.m. UK time. You're watching right now. We are live on X and YouTube at the same time. That's why the comment section is X and YouTube members. And we're going to be talking about cryptocurrencies, the Bitcoin halving quite a lot because it is a special day today. I'm also going to do Q&As as well, which means if you have any questions, put it down inside the comment sections and I'll be more than happy to answer any questions you may have. So, the disclaimer of this live show, as always, is not financial advice, not political advice, and whatever I say is only for entertainment purposes. Now, this live show has officially started now, and we do have quite a lot of news regarding the Bitcoin halving and some different perspectives of how the Bitcoin halving can go, moving forward. From, interesting enough, we have a perspective from Bitwise's CIO. We have a perspective from billionaire Mark Cuban. He's given a perspective on the Bitcoin halving as well. We've also got different opinions from Chainlink co-founders on how things will go forward regarding ETFs as well, and how there will be more ETFs. We have an opinion regarding billionaire Tim Draper. He's also given his essentially predictions on the market, and he's a very famous, well-known inside the stock market, and he's made some good calls and bad calls on the stock market, but in general, his good calls has made him a lot of money by investing in early, certain stock projects. But he's also given a perspective on the Bitcoin halving as well, and we also got something to go through that's quite interesting that has resurfaced again regarding Satoshi's essentially final words that echoed the Bitcoin halving. So something that Satoshi Nakamoto said, essentially the creator of Bitcoin, said a very, very long time ago. We're going to reminisce on his words because it is the Bitcoin halving, so it's a special day for him, wherever he is or she is. We don't really know who the person is that created Bitcoin. We also got regarding congressmen entering the Bitcoin space as well. So congressmen have came out and their folders or their portfolios are showing that they've been purchasing Bitcoin since last month. Interesting enough. Congress has been into the Bitcoin space since last month. Just to point that out again. Michael Saylor news as well to go through on today's live show regarding Michael Saylor, who's been offloading, regarding how much he's been offloading on his MSTR company share stocks and how he's been unloading onto Bitcoin. So he's been dropping his own company shares to buy more Bitcoin regarding Michael Saylor, who essentially is a billionaire and owns one of the biggest companies out there that's building infrastructure on the Bitcoin network. Let's just say MicroStrategy. And we also have news regarding Telegram. Some interesting things that are happening on Telegram and the TON Foundation and the TON, not Tron, TON. Telegram, TON, and USDT. And tokenization on Telegram as well. Interesting enough to go through on today's live show. So quite a bit of news, mixture of news to go through on today's live show. So before we start off on the first news, let me just see if there's any questions inside the comment section. By the way, I read everybody's questions one by one, as I always do on every single live show. So if you have a question, put it down inside the comment section. I'll be more than happy to answer anything you may have to say. Troy, hi Miles and family, good to see you as well. Troy, how you doing? Will this be, I think I already read that. Hi CMF, Romy, good to see you as well. How you doing? Will be in and out, no problem. JP, is utility not needed by, yes, true. I'm expanding fireworks and dancing. I don't know where, but I'm expecting a lot. You're expecting it a lot. Let's go, Foxy. We're going to Bitcoin halving. Hey, Thomas, good to see you. How you doing? It's Nula. Nula, good to see you. How you doing? When is the ETF in Hong Kong going to start? Well, it did get a green light. It just hasn't opened its doors yet. Did anyone see the video I shared on CMF Telegram group outing the fraudster Nick? No, I didn't get to see it. How's everyone doing? I'm doing great, Nula. How you doing? So, first news to go through on today's live show is this. Ripple CEO. You thought I was going to start with the Bitcoin news first? We'll do this one and then we go through the essentially the Bitcoin news. So Ripple CEO says XRP is critical to a year growth plan. Despite the asset's difficulty within the current market. Now XRP has went through some difficulty. But despite the asset difficulty within the current market, Ripple Labs CEO Brad has noted that XRP remains a critical part of the company's 3-year growth plan. Indeed, speaking with Fox Business, Brad noted that the digital asset would combine with the impending stablecoin and market expansions that define how a cryptocurrency perceives its growth strategy over the next several years. Over the last month, XRP has struggled to gain momentum. Over the last month, the asset has decreased more than 13%, according to CoinMarketCap. Moreover, it has been able to break away from the 50 cents mark, and many are hopeful that the impending Bitcoin halving event could help jumpstart a possible movement uptrend for XRP. Aimed at its ongoing legal battle with the US Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, Ripple has struggled over the last month. The digital asset market had experienced a surging March, which XRP has been absent from. However, the company still perceives the token to be critical to its plans in the short term, even in the short term, regarding XRP and Ripple Labs. During an interview, Ripple CEO Brad noted that XRP was a critical part of the company's 3-year growth plan. He especially noted the asset alongside company's impending stablecoin and global expansion as a key part of its strategy heading into the next several years. Brad noted that Ripple is planning to increase the utility of XRP, further establishing its central necessities to the payment processing company. Moreover, he explained that the company's expansion and embrace of more technology will be great for XRP and the company as a whole. This will be complemented by Ripple's exploration into stablecoin sector. The company had previously announced the developments of the asset, with that process being another crucial part of the strategy firm has implemented. There have been some concerns from investors regarding how the stablecoin could impact the overall prevalence of XRP. However, the markets appear to be completely separated by the company. Ripple notes that its stablecoin will allow it essentially to compete with a $150 billion stablecoin market, yet their continuation development of XRP use cases allows them to maintain a foothold in the cryptocurrency sector. This should allow them both to broach out to new markets, maintaining their top 10 positions of all digital assets. So, according to Ripple Labs, XRP is still in the running. If anybody out there that thought XRP is not in the running, but according to Ripple Labs, it still is in the running. According to Brad, who did essentially an interview with Fox Business, it's still in the running. And according to him, even in the short term or the long term, and it's a 3-year plan they have ahead for XRP on how to expand the ecosystem. So, honestly, watch out for it, because things are about to do a 360 on XRP. Something that nobody's going to accept it. Nobody's going to be essentially seeing happening. Now let's go through the questions again before we go to the next part of the news. It's certainly been a while. How's everyone doing? I'm doing great. Nuala, it's been certainly been a while since reunited from TikTok cancellation. Yep. Should I keep Filecoin or trade it for AVAX? Filecoin is good. AVAX is even better. I mean, but they're both good. AVAX has 2 subnet greens. One Citibank is using and testing out, and one JP Morgan Bank is using and testing out regarding AVAX on a subnet green. And Filecoin in general, data is very important going into a digital world, and they still do have their maintaining their previous contracts and partnerships. So they're both good in their own aspects. Obviously, AVAX is working with 2 major banks. That's one thing to look out for. But Filecoin is still a good project. Either way you go, you're going to do well. 30th of April, they believe it starts. Hello, my brother. You're awesome. Let's go, Abel. How you doing? Good to see you as well. I see that. Why? JP, I don't know. What's going on? Halving cycle is less than 2 hours away. Now, let's see how things play out. Yep. Morning, Miles and CMF. Shelly, good to see you as well. How you doing? How you been, Shelly? Hello, Miles and CMF. Coin, good to see you as well. How you doing? Today is a very important day. Hello to all in CMF on X. Let's go, Shelly. Good morning, Miles and the rest of the family. Funky brother, good to see you as well. How you doing? Hit the likes. Let's go, Shelly. Sorry, Miles, but I guess I've missed a lot. Funky brother, yeah, we just started live show. Just went through the first news. Miles, you can't see JP's message, but he's in hospital after a car accident. JP's in hospital? He just went through a car accident? JP, I'm sorry to hear that, brother. How are you doing? Is that why your message made no sense? I was in a car crash, just getting checked out. Oh, good. Okay, so you're doing good. That's good to hear. JP, sorry to hear that, brother. Wow. Hit the likes is what Shelly's saying. Let's go, Shelly. Miles, you can't see JP's message yet. XLM, XDC, and XRP. Yep, they're all good to go. Can you please do a recap tonight? Yes, at the end of the live show, I will definitely do a recap. Stack your bags with both XLM and XDCs. What Nuala said in the comment sections. They are sleeping giants and they are both about to get ready to explode, is what Nuala said inside the comment sections. MEXC are blocking me from moving my ton off the platform. Contact their customer support and see what's going on in that aspects, or direct message me. Yo, Soul predictions. Josie Gems is saying Soul predictions. Soul has done quite a lot of hype movements because mostly the attraction that came to Solana was based off the meme coin, essentially hype. Now, if the meme coin hype continues, then Solana's network is going to continue going higher and higher and higher. But once the meme coin hype disappears, then Solana's coin is going to stabilize or go a little bit lower. Or The other alternative is the people that made money from Solana meme coins might start pumping Solana's, essentially own token, which could be beneficial for Solana. So there's two ways this could possibly go. The hype season for meme coins can end, and Solana stabilizes itself or goes back down a little bit. The other alternative is the people that made money on meme coins from Solana's chain start pumping Solana. Otherwise, there's no institution right now lining up to buy Solana. And there's no ETS for Solana either for it to get extra money coming in. So two alternatives to look out for. One, meme coin season ends, Solana or balances itself or it goes a little bit down. Second alternative, the people that made money on Solana's network from meme coins start pumping it again. I hope you're okay, is what Funky Brother is saying. JP's in the hospital, seriously, brother, I'm with you. Yeah, I know, it's crazy to hear that regarding JP. Oh no, I hope you're okay, JP. Oh wow, hopefully you're okay, JP. BTC hot, yeah, everybody's, is what Foxy says, what Shelly said, is what Messi said. Everyone's asking for JP. BTC halving in a couple of hours. Yes, BTC halving is in exactly, the BTC halving is exactly at, let's see how far we got. This is like a Bitcoin New Year's. The BTC halving is in exactly 1 hour and 11 minutes. 1 hour and 11 minutes is the Bitcoin halving. Hope you're okay, JP, is what Jason's saying as well. I love the YouTube platform than TikTok, easily more flexible. Let's go, Nula. Thanks, bro. Appreciate it. Subscribed. Let's go, Jersey Gems. Thank you so much for the subscription. Thank you so much for subscribing to me. I predict settlement next week. Let's go, Messi. LTC price prediction. Regarding LTC price prediction, LTC is, it's one of those projects that's just there, it's there, it's hanging about. There's not much happening on the network. There's not much adoption being created on it. There's not much anything being built upon it. There's no contracts and partnerships. It's just simmering, is what I would have to say. There's no ups or downs, and it's just simmering where it's sitting. Unless it gets a major contract or a major adoption happening on it, it's just going to simmer and sit where it is. Great dedication from JP. Just being in an accident and still tuned in. Let's go. Yeah, facts. Let's go, JP. BTC halving 2040. Let's go. If we want to top up a little, if prices are going sideways, should we do before or after the halving? You can do both, after or before. JP, please update the family when you're done. We're all thinking of you. That's facts. Let's go. Yeah, JP, definitely give us an update of what's going on. Good evening, Miles and family. Orphan, good to see you as well. How you doing? My brother, I keep buying XRP only. I am not buying the token. Is that a mistake? Thank you. No, it's not a mistake in any sort of a way, but you're going, the long and right way is what I would say. I would say, good, you got XRP, brilliant. Bright future ahead of yourself, without a doubt. And a lot to borrow against and so on, bright future. I would say now start branching into XLM and XDC. So stay in the financial sector, essentially, the category. Miles, what can we expect from here? What can we expect from here? Well, we're going to go through, we went through the two outcomes the market can play about in. So the two outcomes that I've been giving everybody for a while now, which is either Nicholas's outcome, JP Morgan analyst Nicholas, who's been quite correct on the market pass regarding even the BTC ETFs. So essentially, he showed data and proof regarding we could be going through a 40% reduction, which was, outcome number one we suggested of the market could play out, where we could go through a reduction inside the market's place, a 40% reduction, and then, straight up, which was JP Morgan analyst Nicholas's perspective, according to data that he's seen as well, and we saw as well. And then there's the other outcome, which is Eric from Bloomberg. He's an analyst as well. He's given his perspectives as, the data from Bitcoin mining institutions where they're not selling off too much Bitcoin. Historically, Bitcoin mining institutions will sell a lot of Bitcoin off. This time around, they're not doing it. They're actually holding their Bitcoins, the Bitcoin mining institutions. They're selling a small amount to expand their Bitcoin mining equipments, but they're holding the majority of it. So there's not a lot of selling. There's not a lot of selling going on in terms of Bitcoin. So the Bitcoin mining institutions are keeping their Bitcoins, the majority of their Bitcoins. BlackRock ETFs are growing day by day, so the rest of the ETFs. There's not that much Bitcoin left on the exchanges, and we're about to go for a Bitcoin halving, where the rewards that are coming out of Bitcoin are going to get slashed in half from 6.2 BTC to about 3.2 BTC. So the supply is going to be basically here, and the demand is going to be here going into a BTC halving. So there's that outcome to weigh in as well. So there's two outcomes definitely on the table. And even in the past, when we said two outcomes, we were correct. So the two outcomes we had on the BTC ETFs, they were correct. And the two outcomes we have for the BTC halving now, they're also going to be correct as well. So I'd still say consider those two as the outcomes the market can play about. After this bull run, but we'll still go through some perspectives. We have some perspectives of different CEOs to go through as well. After this, and we also went through the perspective of Goldman Sachs yesterday. An analyst from Goldman Sachs suggested to focus on the Bitcoin ETFs rather than just the Bitcoin halving, and the end result is still up, 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 which is also something I said as well, where the end result is still up, up, up every year, because not only are we going into essentially a BTC halving, not only are we going into, essentially the world shifting into digital era, but we have ETFs expansions day by day, which brings a lot more money for BTC in general. After this bull run, will stock be worth investing in cryptos like gaming or AI projects for the long run, 2030? Sure, why not? Will do, thank you. Let's go, Abel. No problem. So that's what I would say, Shelly. Miles, shall I sell my Sol and convert it to XRP, but I'm down a bit on Sol? Funky brother, that's completely up to you if you think that's a good decision to do. At the moment, I'm adding to my XDC, XLM, and XDC. I'm adding to my XDC and XLM portfolio. More emphasis on both XLM and XDC. Emphasis on both XLM and XDC. Hello, Miles. How was your day? How was your parents and business? My day went well back home. Let's go, Scott. How you doing, brother? My business is doing very well. My family's doing very well as well. Thanks so much for asking. It's great to hear they went well also. MDT and ACH, they're both good to go. Why hasn't institutions went all in on BTC ETFs yet? The reason why institutions haven't went all in on BTC ETFs yet, because with every pullback, every correction, or every manipulation, for example, this war that keeps on randomly brewing on, creates manipulation inside the market space, which opens a little ditch inside the market space where institutions can buy everybody back up a little bit. That's essentially what they're doing. Institutions are dollar cost averaging into the market slowly, not to raise alarms. Let's go, Nula. Today, I almost brought a European quality chocolate bar for $6. I thought, wait, I can buy 100 XDC. Let's go. Great way to think about it. Happy birthdays. Today, you're about to buy a European quality chocolate bar for $6, and you thought rather you could buy 100 XDC. Great way to think about it. And good on quick maths as well. Good evening, Miles, and all CMF. Iman, good to see you as well. How you doing? No, Thomas77 is Nula, not XRP, then it's Nula. Now, regarding the different perspectives inside the market space to go through. So, we have the perspective of Bitwise. I still believe that Stellar Luminous is going to be bigger than XRP in a very long term, because everyone will be retrieving to peer-to-peer transactions than using an intermediary like banks. True, but you got to remember one thing: the banks won't let that happen. The centralized banks, especially, will never let that happen, and neither will the Bank of International Settlements. If the Bank of International Settlements has to take away our essentially, our full-on rights, they will do it. The Bank of International Settlements, just to remain in power. So the people that you're trying to go up against are the type of people that don't back down. So the Bank of International Settlements will never let that happen regarding just people doing peer-to-peer transactions with no banks. Because the Bank of International Settlements is in control of 63 centralized banks, including G20 countries. There's not a chance in hope or hell that they will let that happen. If they will, I mean, if they can, they will block every single peer-to-peer transaction, so everybody has to use it through centralized banks or public and private banks. They will censor networks. They will do whatever they can. You're all dealing with the Bank of International Settlements here. Miles, when XRP takes to liking, because I've always said you've got to understand there's politics to everything. You know, when it comes to crypto market, there's politics. When it comes to stock market, there's politics. When it comes to money, there's politics. Any sort of market space or anything evolving around the world, money, it comes with a lot of politics. Miles, when XRP takes off like to 2 to 3 euros after settlement, is it then good to buy way more other projects because the excess takes off? I would hold off regarding going into other projects on that scenario. Thanks, Miles. I couldn't work out who I was talking to. Hi, Nilo. Lol, hi, no problem. No problem, Shelly. Yeah, no, Villa, if you want to, why not venture out into other projects? I probably wouldn't do that at 2 to 3 euros. Like buying game projects or Rose AI projects, if you want to. Miles, I heard we have to wait at least 3 months before we see BTC pump. Historically, yes, but that's only if the market follows historic patterns. It won't do that because the market hasn't been following historic patterns since the ETFs came into play. Since BlackRock, Fidelity, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, everybody else day by day that's getting involved inside the crypto space has changed the cycle of the crypto space completely, especially with the ETFs coming into play. So Bitcoin hasn't been moving in historic patterns. The Bitcoin mining institutions haven't been moving in historic patterns where they typically sell off their Bitcoins, and this time around they're not selling that much compared to before. They're holding quite a lot of their assets. And typically, according to historic patterns, essentially a lot of Bitcoin would have been sold off, or a lot of Bitcoin will be on exchanges right now ready to be sold off, but they're not. A lot of Bitcoin is actually stored off the exchanges. So a lot of things aren't going to historic patterns. So the chances of the market playing the historic pattern part after the Bitcoin halving is quite low. But there's still 2 outcomes on the table. Very, very low. Because the people that are considering that, and only considering, it has to be 3 months after, are not considering a lot of other factors like the Bitcoin ETFs that is expanding day by day, like BlackRock, who's expanding day by day, and they've just got Goldman Sachs under the title as well. And regarding big BTC ETFs or BTC ETPs or BTC ETNs, and so many other jurisdictions coming into play, for example, Hong Kong, Brazil, India, Singapore, Japan, they're all opening their doors to Bitcoin ETFs. And if you're following the historic patterns still to this day, and you're not following other patterns that's happening inside the market space by following the PDF documentations, then you're looking at the wrong numbers. If Apple takes this case to Supreme Court or the higher court, how long will it take? Thank you. Of Ripple. Why did I say Apple? If Ripple takes this case to the Supreme Court or higher court, how long would it take? A little bit longer than what we're going through right now. What's up, Miles? What's up, CMF? Because it depends on the judge. What's up, Miles? What's up, CMF? And what did I miss? Cruz, good to see you as well. How you doing? So we went through some Ripple news regarding Brad and his perspectives on, him giving out the opinions of how Ripple has how XRP has a short-term plan and a long-term plan. But also we're going to go through a lot of other perspectives as well. Sorry, I was reading an email as well, just notification. But I think I won't buy XRP when it goes to 3 to 4 euros. But I think I won't buy XRP when it goes to 3 to 4 euros. Why buy it when the XRP takes off? True. Country loans money from IMF, International Monetary Fund. Where does the IMF get their money from? Are they holding only USD? The IMF is holding, yes, USD. Basically, they're holding bonds, let's say. Better to get others who didn't move. True, you can. Why not? Diversifying, always is a good idea. Just don't diversify too much. Because my bag XRP I'm holding in long term, I'm aiming 2025 to sell it by price or 3 figures. Okay. What up, Miles and family? Ray, good to see you. How you doing? Now I want to see Shiba Inu continue to go through the roof from my initial investment of £950 to £2,700 and beyond. Let's go, Nulo. And now we're going to go through the perspective of Bitwise CIO. So, Bitwise CIO. Bitcoin halving is by the news event. Bitwise Chief Investment Officer Matt Hugan offered a long-term view on the Bitcoin halving based on historical data and spot ETF demands. Speaking with CNBC on April 19th, Hugan regarded this year's Bitcoin BTC halving as a buy the news opportunity for investors interested in the world's biggest cryptocurrency asset class. This is what he said, word for word. If you look historically at halvings, the price action within a week or two after the Bitcoin halving is relatively mute. But if you look at a year, BTC prices have rallied substantially after each of the past 3 halvings, and I think it will do it again. The halving is pre-installed code change designed by anonymous Bitcoin creator Satoshi Nakamoto to throttle BTC inflation and maintain supply. Nakamoto built this system to slash mining rewards by 50% every 210,000 blocks, essentially or every 4 years. As block mining rewards are halved, so this is the amount of new BTC entering circulation. Many believe this reduced supply combined with increasing demand through spot Bitcoin ETFs will result in higher prices next year as well. Now, Hugan, whose company is a BTC ETF issuer, sides with this sentiment. The amount of new supply of Bitcoin coming into the market is being cut in half. We're removing $11 billion of annual supply. I think big picture, that has to be good for the price, and that's what I would expect over next year as well. Bitcoin halving to solidify spot BTC ETF demand. Coinbase CEO, for example, Jeff Hancock, told Crypto.news that Bitcoin has matured from a hobby and a speculative market into a real asset, an institutional interest. It is bound to make this cycle different, especially in high inflation, high interest rate economy, Hancock said. He also went on to say a historic market opportunity could present itself this Bitcoin cycle. After the fourth halving event, Bitcoin's ETFs have already successfully launched in the US. We now have pending ETFs in Hong Kong, ETNs on the England Stock Exchange, and Bitcoin prices are already pushing all-time highs. Before the halving, something that has never happened before. Bitcoin's market future has an unlimited potential, in my opinion, is what essentially Coinbase's CEO said. Sorry, not Coinbase, CoinPass. In Hancock's view, Bitcoin's global demand is here to stay well beyond 2024, and TraderFi will continue to do quite well in the crypto ecosystem. Spot Bitcoin ETFs have already assumed a lot in billions of dollars in assets in less than 6 months. The UK registered crypto firm Boss added that the success with spot BTC ETFs may extend to Ethereum ETFs counterparts despite seemingly staunch, essentially the US Securities Exchange Commission going against it. Institutional demand for Bitcoin is here to stay. Ethereum's ETFs could follow in 2024, meaning institutional investors will now have access to staking rewards and decentralized finance through institutional instruments as well. So that was the opinion from UK registered crypto bosses. That was the opinions from essentially CoinPass CEO Jeff Hancock, and that was also an opinion from Bitwise's CIO, who is also has a Bitcoin ETF as well. It's a Bitcoin ETF issuer. So those 3 essentially opinions right there. We have a lot more opinions to go through as well regarding different CEOs and different essentially directors and company owners and executives regarding Bitcoin halving. A lot of perspective has been given towards this Bitcoin halving. It's a lot more bigger than a lot of people think it is. It's humongous. I mean, we have Mark Cuban giving an opinion. Goldman Sachs give their opinion yesterday. We had some other main executives giving their opinions yesterday as well. Some today to go through as well on this live show. 59 minutes left. There's 59 minutes left to the Bitcoin halving. Let's go. It is absolutely crazy. Let's go. Hit the like. Let's go, Messi. Keep counting. I am definitely looking forward to the outcome. Let's go. Even the Miles and family. Overtime is night. Let's go, CMF. Let's go, Ian. It's tonight, is what I'm trying to say. Oiled up. Let's go, Jeff. Do the thug again. Now, and we do have London ETNs coming as well. Different perspective. Mark Cuban, billionaire Mark Cuban weighs in on the Bitcoin halving. While the Dallas Mavericks owner and Shark Tank host Mark Cuban noted that Bitcoin mining institutions, will be impacted by the halving, he's more interested in the potential impact of AI. So Mark Cuban has came forward. They asked Mark Cuban regarding the Bitcoin halving, what do you think and how do you think things will essentially plan out? Mark Cuban weighed in and essentially said that I'm more interested on the Bitcoin mining institutions and AI capabilities. And what he means by this is basically this. When asked about the significance of the Bitcoin halving, Cuban told the block just that it's going to make it harder for Bitcoin miners to get paid, with the halving cutting mining rewards from 62.5 to 3.125 BTC. This will cut the miners' revenue nearly in half. But the truly interesting question related to the halving is the GPU market, Cuban said. The miners need more power. There is an unprecedented demand from AI for those GPUs. Will that distort the economies on mining? Not just from the perspective of the cost, but could it be better business to use those GPUs to train models? This won't directly affect Bitcoin miners who mine using ASIC machines, which are not suited to general computing required by AI, but it may affect those that still mine essentially their cryptocurrencies using GPUs. That's not to say the Bitcoin miners are unaffected by the growth of AI, rather, they have tried to embrace it. Over the last year or so, companies such as XRP or Hive Digital Technologies have moved into AI as a way to supplement their core mining businesses. They're trying to involve AI with Bitcoin mining, so it essentially does well. They could boost Bitcoin mining with the AI technology backing it. Now, there are a few companies trying this out. Yet, Mike Ho, Chief Strategy Officer at Hut 8 Corp, says Bitcoin miners have struggled to find home there regarding AI and Bitcoin mining. Very few miners have been successful because it's not a complementary pivot, and it's certainly not as easy as one may think. The requirements for mining infrastructure are lower and cheaper, unlike AI. Mining is a linear business with no customers. He added that the uptime requirements for AI are very high, and the networking requirements are a lot of fiber connections and complex engineering to optimize a lot of GPUs working together. Ho expects to see competition rise in the future based on the trajectory of demand for energy and data centers. He argued that, however, that it's still early in the curve as it will take a long time to commercialize sites that were previously only suitable for services like mining. In the meantime, Bitcoin miners will be looking for the price of Bitcoin to remain high in order for revenues to uptick. Typically, Bitcoin prices has risen in the past following the halvings, which has helped to keep the Bitcoin miners' revenues growing and the Bitcoin hash rate rising. But this is not guaranteed. Cuban himself noted, I have no idea what the price will do, is what Mark Cuban said regarding when he was asked about the Bitcoin halving. But what I'm interested in regarding the Bitcoin, regarding Mark Cuban's perspective, is how Mark Cuban is looking at the future of Bitcoin going ahead. So this year, next year, and so on and so on. So he's looking at it from that kind of perspective of how can I expand? How can I make the network better? How can I make things more seamless? How can I make it faster, cheaper, and so on and so on, is what he's looking into. And it just shows you that there's a lot of people out there that are high profile people that are still looking into ways, how to expand the crypto space in general, which is great to see. Genuinely great to see people like Mark Cuban thinking about the future outcome of how they can essentially expand on that and not looking at it from a temporary basis. Because if you ask the same question to Jamie Dimon was asked the same question yesterday. Essentially, Jamie Dimon was asked the same question yesterday. JP Morgan, they said to him, what do you think about the Bitcoin halving? He said, Bitcoin? Oh, Ponzi scheme. Mark Cuban, they asked him, what do you think about the Bitcoin halving? He said, I don't know where the price is going, but I'm interested in AI and how I can advance the Bitcoin mining. Do you see the two perspectives? JP Morgan, scam. Bitcoin, scam. More Cuban, how can I expand it? Is what he's thinking. So it's nice to see the other perspectives regarding morons and people that have intelligence. Any XRP news? One more Ripple news to go through as well, but we have a lot of BTC halving news as well to go through. What are the final results of the poll that was on Telegram? I don't know what the final results, to be honest. Morning Shelley's what Ian said. And Domino's Pizza should be half price for the halving. Domino's Pizza should be half price for the halving. I agree. I mean, someone did buy quite a lot of $200 million worth of pizza, but they didn't pay Domino's. They paid somebody online, but still. AI is the future. AI has a bright future. Yes, definitely. Mate, I can't wait to use AI technology to humanity. Let's go, wealthy mindset frame. Bad is what. Hi, Miles, the CMF. Cuban, good to see you. How you doing? How you been? Translate is the future. Translate is the future, is what Ian said. I think we're going to see improvement very soon. Yep. Hi, Miles, the CMF. Peg, good to see you as well. How you doing, Peg? How you been? Trangrolo. Oh, Trangrolo is the future. I was about to say translate is the future. You meant Trangrolo is the future. Yes, for sure. Yeah. Does render facilitate GPUs? Render is okay, and it does, yes. But we'll see how essentially render will play out as well. How far are we from the Bitcoin halving? Exactly how far are we from the Bitcoin halving? None of my comments on X are posting on your feed. Max, on YouTube, I can see your comments though. We are 1 hour and 1 minute away. 1 hour and 1 minute away from the BTC halving. 1 hour, 1 hour and 1 minute away, basically, from the BTC halving. 1 hour and 1 minute away. I'm new to YouTube. I usually on Twitter, but I'm driving today. Now, Chainlink. Chainlink co-founder expects more coins to have ETFs. Token 2049, which is essentially what's happening right now in Dubai. With the crypto space looking for the next narrative to power it higher. Sergio, the co-founder of blockchain oracle platform Chainlink, shared some of his ideas on what might be next for crypto. In an interview with Cointelegraph at a Token 49 event in Dubai, he shared how the crypto exchange traded funds ETF space could develop and what could spur further mainstream adoption for Web3 and digital assets. According to him, with BTC ETFs being approved, the crypto space could expect more ETFs of other coins and tokens. The executive highlighted that beyond BTC and Ether, other tokens have the potential to get approved for their own ETFs, is what Chainlink said. He also went on to say, I think what is next is more ETFs about coins other than Bitcoin and Ethereum. So I think the ETF dynamic is going to continue growing during this year, and just grow and grow and grow, is what he said. Did I not say the market is essentially just going to, because the more ETFs we get, okay, essentially I said regarding ETFs as well, about a month ago and also a week ago and yesterday, regarding the market just going higher and higher and higher and higher, essentially because we have more ETFs, more ETPs, more ETNs coming into the play, the amount of countries expanding into this space and so on. And now we have essentially Goldman Sachs repeated my exact words yesterday. And now we have Chainlink's co-founder essentially saying the exact same words I said. And at the end, he finishes off with the market is just going to grow every year. Grow and grow and grow and grow. Furthermore, the executives also explained how tokenized real-world assets may be generated by Web3 companies and banks in the near future. The executives believes that the Web3 world will further coverage with traditional finance through real-world assets. Eventually, I expect the Web3 assets to be brought by the banks and the banks' assets to be brought by the Web3 protocols for various reasons. Why they would want each other's assets. The executives expect these things to happen in 3 to 4 years, which essentially lands up to 2027. He also went on to explain that that crypto needs to improve its usability to achieve wider mainstream adoption. I think the usability of crypto still has a long way to go, he said. The executive added that user experience is nowhere near what it needs to be, and that there is still a lot of work to be done in that aspect, which is true. We're still at the early stages of an actual adoption happening regarding institutions. The world is shifting into a digital era starting 2024, so that means we're at an early stage of an adoption era. The Chainlink co-founder also shared 4 main pillars that need to be addressed to spur further adoption into the mainstream, he said. This is what he said regarding 4 pillars on how the world is going to be evolving going forward. I would say the usability, the scalability, the connectivity, and the privacy are the 4 main pillars of what I look at in a crypto industry when I think about how it is developing. He also explained that the space is moving closer to these goals and will keep pushing the limits on what's possible. So those were the words from the founder of Chainlink and the co-founder of Chainlink regarding the market is just going to grow and grow and grow and grow every year because we have more ETFs coming into the play, more BTC ETFs coming into the play, Ethereum ETFs coming into the play. We have Hong Kong essentially coming in with Ethereum ETFs as well. We have more ETFs that are just, excluding Bitcoin in Ethereum, more different types of ETFs coming into the play as the crypto space becomes more maturalized. So those are his perspectives that we're just going to grow, grow, and grow, which means every year the market goes up and up and up. Obviously, we're going to have pullbacks and corrections and manipulation, which is something to always consider. But in general, the outcome is up and up and up, which is the same things I repeated multiple times. It's nice to see when your words get repeated by Goldman Sachs yesterday and today co-founder of Chainlink. It shows we're all on the right path. The CMF is on the right path, is what it does show. XRP is the only currency to have a clarity. XRP is the only currency to have clarity. That is the commodity with more than 300 institutions are part of it, partnerships, and XRP is now going into stablecoins. Yes, true. Very, very true. Is this a ghost? Is this a ghost? No, this is not a ghost. How you doing? Miles, maybe if you can suggest to all on YouTube, if they put their @ signs and type the person's name, then that will save you reading out messages between group members and less comments you read. Just an idea. Very, very true. If you want to talk to somebody on X, because the comment section is mixed, YouTube and X, because we're live right now on YouTube and we're live right now on X. So if you do want to talk to somebody on X and you're on YouTube, just put an @ sign and put their X name. If you're on X and you want to talk to somebody on YouTube, just put an @ sign and talk the other way, essentially. So just put an @ sign, put their name. Doesn't matter if it's on X or YouTube because everybody can see the comment section is mixed. Good point, Shelly. If markets will grow and grow, when is the next bear market? The bear market is going to be for useless projects. The world's shifting into a digital era, so the cycles of the crypto space, as I've said for the longest time, at the beginning, at the end of in 2023, I've said these things. In 2024 beginning, I said these exact same things. I'm the only person inside a crypto space that doesn't change his words. Whatever I say, I stick by because I, choose my positions in the market space based on actual PDF documentations, not just on hypocrisy or hypotheticals that I might, think of in my own head. That's why I'm the only person inside a crypto space that says something and pretty much sticks with it all the way throughout, and turns out to be correct, essentially. Useless projects will be going through a bear market because the market cycle has changed. It's not, as I said previously, it's not just about essentially Bitcoin, essentially bull market, bear market, or Bitcoin bear market, bull market, Bitcoin halving, supply and demand feed into altcoins and then bull market. The cycle is not the same anymore. It's not just bear market, Bitcoin halving, supply and demand feeds into the altcoins and then bull market for the altcoins. It's completely changed. The moment the ETFs came into play, the moment BlackRock joined the crypto space, the moment JP Morgan joined the crypto space, the moment Goldman Sachs came into the crypto space, even Vanguard, again, who claims is not inside the crypto space, but is a majority shareholder of the Bitcoin mining institutions, which is public information, and Citibank came into the play, and every other bank and every other institution that's day by day coming into the play. And essentially all these rules and regulations that's happening inside the crypto space, and about 90% of the world being inside the CBDC area, according to Atlantic report, about 90% of the world is either in the CBDC testing phase, CBDC research phase, CBDC implementation stage, or so on and so on. So not only is the world shifting into a CBDC era, which we can see from the Atlantic Council report, not only is the world coming more and more and maturalizing the crypto space regarding ETFs, ETPs, and ETNs, and expanding day by day. We have more banks in this market space right now acquiring crypto licensings. Recently, we had Germany, one of their biggest federal banks, come into the play with 333 billion euros under assets under management come into the play, and they partnered with Bitpanda to be able to, essentially be in crypto to offer crypto services to high-profile clients, and they have 333 billion euros under under their management, essentially, which is crazy to think. That's just one bank in Germany. Before that, a week before that, we had another bank in Germany that got 3 licensings to offer crypto services to high-profile executives and the retail section. And before that, we had another bank in Germany, another bank in Germany, and we have more banks happening in Japan. We have more banks getting involved in Hong Kong. We have more institutions coming through Hong Kong. We have Chinese companies coming in through Hong Kong because they can't do it through China. Obviously, Hong Kong is essentially a province of China, technically still. That's why they're doing it. But we have so many expansions happening with the world shifting into a digital era. Essentially, the only projects that are going to be going through a bear market cycle from now on are the useless projects, which are all the zoo tokens that are basically going to be going through a bear market. And as we continue more and more forward, the market becomes more of a mature place, which means legitimate projects with actual utility will be moving forward. It's the exact same words that was said in the World Economic Forum. When the World Economic Forum, they said the hype seasons are coming to an end and we are shifting into real world utility, is what was said in the World Economic Forum in 2024. They said the hype seasons are coming to an end and we are shifting into real world utility. So day by day, we are getting regulations, which we are. Day by day, we're getting regulations. Day by day, more banks are coming, getting licensings. Day by day, more ETFs or expansions are happening, or ETPs or ETNs. So we're going to be going further and further, higher and higher and higher. We're going to be going up and up and up. In general, the market is going to be going up and up and up and up on legitimate projects. The zoo animal tokens are going nowhere. They're based on hype. If the people like it, it will do well. If the people don't like it, it won't do anything. No institutions touching them. And we're going to go higher and higher and higher until we max out, essentially. We have to max out a lot of things inside the crypto space. We have to max out tokenizations. Okay, so we have to max out the real estate space. All of the real estate space has to come to tokenization. All vehicles have to get tokenized. All actual assets of bonds, securities, derivatives, anything worth value has to get tokenized. And until we get to a stage where everything that has face value is tokenized, everything that is supposed to be on the blockchain is on the blockchain, then we're still going to continue going higher and higher on expansions on different projects based on their utilities. So when the world completely shifts into a digital era, is where we have the stabilized price points now. Maybe I'll just read Shelly's comment regarding me. I already read that one. Shelly, you're always so hopeful, so helpful. Well done. Let's go, funky brother. Very, very true. Some people don't understand the effects of BTC halving. This is a start of something special. If you play smart, you can become financially free in the next 2 years. Facts. Regarding what Chosen said, XRP has no bear market. Well, XRP is, you know where it is. 52 minutes, still halving. Let's go. In case I missed this, is for Miles. All CMF, happy BTC halving. Yippee. Let's go, funky brother. Hi, Miles and CMF. I'm late. What did I miss? Someone at the end of the live show, we'll go through everything we talked about. Good to see you, brother. What are the projects that you're aiming to buy, apart from the ones you're holding? The only projects I'm aiming to buy are always the ones that I'm holding. Regarding new projects, it's quite rare to find a legitimate project because the majority of the projects that are coming out inside the crypto space is not that good. They're all random projects claiming to do tokenizations, claiming to be achieving these amazing things inside the crypto space. And they have no partnerships backing them, no contracts, no genuine things happening for them, and they're all just high risk assets, in other words. So the projects that I'm always going for are the ones that I have, and if I do come across a new project, then obviously, I thoroughly go through it, and if it is a correct project for me to be entering into, I always enter it. Now, one project that I've always said, which is quite an underrated project, is LAT. LAT is a very underrated project, and there's still a lot of room for LAT to grow. Project essentially has a contract with Singapore Financials, essentially a financial firm in Singapore that a contract with it, and LAT has a lot of room to grow. It's a legitimate project. They have a legitimate application on iOS and on Android. They have their own nodes, they have their own contracts, and they have so many things going for them. And it's a genuine project that's been around for a very long time inside the crypto space. It's inside the essentially the Web3 finance data section. And they have a good contract in Singapore. So will I not buy the meme coin Uncle's touching now? So we are going up for 30 years. Pretty much. We're going to be going as high as possible until the entire world is shifted into a digital era. So I will not buy the meme coins. No, don't do that. That was a long-term utility hold. Do well. Yes. HBAR has utility purposes. Yes. Will it do well long-term going on? Yes. The AI 3-in-1 coming soon. Yes, there's this AI project 3-in-1, Ocean Protocol, Singularity Net, and Fetch AI, which are all coming in as a one package type of situation. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? We'll find out as time goes by regarding this innovation project that's going on. But it's always a sign of weakness when businesses, get together and do a partnership. So essentially, they're doing it for survival basis. What do you think of? Oh, wait, there's one more question, Tom. I saw a beautiful video today from the CEO of Santander promoting XRP partnership with them. Let's go. What do you think of Ethereum Classic price prediction? What do I think of Ethereum Classic? I think it will be around. Price prediction. I hope it goes quite high, but I don't think it will go too high. I think Ethereum Classic will, pump up. The moment Ethereum lands itself an ETF, when Ethereum gets itself an ETF, Ethereum Classic will pump at that moment in time just because of the hype as well. So maybe a good time to long the market and then short the market straight after on Ethereum Classic at that specific time. Miles, a TikToker gas given ACH a 16-cent max bull run price. What's your opinion? A TikToker said ACH is going to go to 16 cents max in the bull run. Well, there's technically two bull runs. One's utility, one's traditional. And everybody's entitled to an opinion, but opinions are not correct and facts are facts. Just stick to the PDF documentations. You'll be on a better course, a better path inside of a market space when you stick to PDF documentations and not too many opinions. Unfortunately, I have to sell my LAT because MEXC is banned in the UK. And only exchange I can sell is MEXC. For the time being, but it is going to grow. Thoughts on Bitcoin Cash? Will it break previous all-time highs? Will Bitcoin Cash break all-time highs? Possibility, but it does need a while before it does that. There's a possibility, but it does need quite a bit of time for it to do that. A lot of time. Now, here's some other points of view to go through as well. Billionaire Tim predicts Bitcoin BTC price might reach $10 million, is what Billionaire Tim is saying or suggesting. In a recent interview, prominent venture capitalist Tim Draper predicted that the price of Bitcoin could potentially surge to $10 million. Now, this is what he said, word for word. He said, now, $250,000 or $1 million. Now, he said, 250. Well, I don't know why I'm like, because well, here's the thing. This is what he said, word for word. Now, $250,000 or $1 million or $2 million or even $10 million are the numbers that are probably going to happen for a couple of reasons. What you can buy your food, clothing, shelter, and pay your taxes all in Bitcoin, that's a done deal. He said essentially when you can do this, you won't want to use any other currency. Dapper explains. He said, when it comes to you buying imagine buying your food, your clothes, your shelter, essentially your homes and so on, and you're paying your taxes in Bitcoin. That's a done deal. Then you won't need any other currency at all. The billionaire, who is known for his early bets on companies like Skype, predicts that the devaluation of the US against Bitcoin is on the verge. Speaking of the upcoming halving event, which is going to take place in just hours from now, well, right now it's about, I think, 30 to 40 minutes is going to be on, Tim predicts that the price of the largest cryptocurrency is going to surge again. It is worth noting that this halving cycle is different due to the fact that the price of Bitcoin reached a new lifetime high ahead of its block reward reduction, thanks to the success of the ETFs Tim described. The ETFs are accelerating that he was not predicting. Tim, an early Bitcoin investor, once correctly predicted that the price of the largest cryptocurrency would be able to top $10,000 in 2017. As reported by You Today, Tim also reportedly forecasted that Bitcoin, just to put in perspective, Tim has made good calls in his life. He's made good calls because he's obviously a billionaire from the stock market, and he's made some bad calls as well regarding his price points. So as reported by You Today, Tim also repeatedly forecasted that Bitcoin would reach $250,000 in 2022, is what Tim predicted. However, this prediction turned out to be inaccurate. I think the Herbies got the better of him. Tim said the billionaire explained that his prediction did not materialize since regulators got heavy-handed, which you would have to give it to Tim. Yes, the SEC was not going to let that happen. Tim also expected Bitcoin payments to become prevalent in 2022, but this was not the case either. Those are the two things that slowed down the progress, he added. Obviously, there's a lot of other things that slowed down the progress of Bitcoin, which was it wasn't the correct time for ETFs to be in place and so on and so on. Everything that moves inside the financial sector has to be on a movement of a coordinated time frame. Now, Tim could just be one of those people that just got lucky on the stock market, and by the looks of it, based on his opinions, it definitely looks like Tim is the type of person that just gets lucky on the stock market, and he's not doing it based on actual movements of how he thinks the market is going to play out. Because if Tim just read a few PDF documents, he would understand that 2022 was never possible for Bitcoin to do 250,000 because it was in a tight pressure on regulations. So yeah, it looks like Tim is one of those people that's got luck in the stock market, but I can see where Tim's going regarding the other aspects of the market still doing well in the long term. But regarding also Tim saying, when you can buy your clothes, buy your food, and pay for your shelter, so your home, using Bitcoin, as in paying for your rent, using Bitcoin, you don't need any other asset. That is a terrible idea. You should not be using Bitcoin to buy a cup of coffee. You should not be using Bitcoin to buy a T-shirt. You should not be using Bitcoin to pay your rent, unless you really need to, regarding rent. But the idea of Bitcoin is it's an asset that you're supposed to keep on the sidelines as actually like a digital gold, not backed by gold, but it's actually like a digital gold. It's not an asset that was designed for currency purposes, essentially. Well, they tried to, but it was a bad idea because it's too slow and too expensive to move about. So Bitcoin shouldn't be used to buy a cup of coffee from Starbucks. It should be used for real estate purposes, to grow your wealth instead. What is your thoughts on Teller, TRB? Last December exploded and crashed. That is very true. Do I think it's going to go back up? Possibility. Would I bet on it? No. Miles, one of my cousins shared a post regarding cash and how we need to keep using it and impact of CBDCs. I messaged him and told him about XRP and XLM, and he's going to buy some. Let's go. Shelly, you turned one of your family members into cryptocurrencies and to great projects as well. Let's go, Shelly. Here's a lot on XRP and XLM, but not much on XDC. Why? Okay, regarding there's a lot around XRP. There's a lot of news around XRP, a lot of news around XLM, but not much around XDC. Now, XDC is a type of project that you don't look on the news for it, but you look at the documentations instead mostly. Because XDC is still R3 Corda, and R3 Corda is still 47 Japanese banks and SBI Holdings, and the cross-border SBI Holdings is doing. So, in perspective, XDC has a very, very extremely bright future ahead of itself. It's not a type of project that you look at for it on the news. It's a type of project that you look at the PDF documentations instead regarding XDC. Do you believe in holding crypto regardless of how bad the crash is? Some YouTubers are telling people to sell. Yes. Regarding even how bad the crash is, I would still, because look, there's two outcomes, but either outcome is going to lead to an up straight away. So let me give it to you like this. For the past 2 weeks, okay, regarding, because you're basing, this is what I say, you've got to stay away from opinions. So, do you believe in holding crypto regardless of how bad the crash is? Because some YouTubers are telling people to sell. So, some YouTubers are telling people to sell, is what you're saying, Mo Ali. So, let me tell you like this, regarding perspectives and opinions. For the past 2 weeks, everybody on TikTok, for example, the crypto influencers on TikTok, for the past 2 weeks, have been saying to everybody to jump out and sell everything. Okay, for the past 2 weeks, everybody inside the crypto space has been saying, all the influencers except me, they've been telling everybody to sell everything, or they've sold everything, they've jumped out, and the market's going nowhere, and the crash is impending, and the doom is on the way. For the past 2 weeks, every single crypto influencer has been saying this, except me. Now, today, randomly, I opened my TikTok app, and the same influencers on the Bitcoin halving day, interesting enough, the same influencers that for the past 2 weeks have been telling everybody to sell, jump out, the market's going to doom, it's crashing, it's the end result. Today, out of all days, on the Bitcoin halving day, all of those same influencers, and their previous videos are there on their profile, are the ones now saying, there's two outcomes on the horizon, in my opinion, is what those influencers are saying right now. 2 weeks ago, they're telling everybody to jump out, the boat's about to sink, the Titanic's on the way. Today, they're saying to everybody, there's two outcomes on the path. I mean, we do have the ETFs expanding day by day, so the market is going to be growing, and we could have a little bit of a reduction, but end result, we're going to be going back up. Something I've said since pretty much the beginning of this year. Look, this is what I'm trying to say. Look, a lot of people are in this space just to, they're the type of people that change their opinions. Somebody that changes their opinions too much, it means that they're not very confident on their original opinion, because their original opinion isn't backed by any sort of documentations. The reason why I've said the same thing and I haven't changed a single word of it at all is because I've been confident from the very beginning of how the market is going to play out on two paths. One is essentially a reduction. That's going to be this is the two outcomes that I gave since day one. I haven't changed a single word of it. Which I said one outcome. Nicholas, JP Morgan, analyst, who was correct on the BTC halvings, how Grayscale will be the downfall because everybody was locked into their BTCs. He suggested that we can go for a reduction because we could go for a reduction because there's going to be too much pressure on the BTC mining infrastructures, because the smaller and the medium-sized Bitcoin institutions will be jumping out, and we could be going for a reduction. So we considered that. That might be too much pressure on the Bitcoin mining institutions, and Nicholas could be right. We could go for a reduction, but the end result was up still. And then we considered also Eric, Bloomberg analyst, who was also correct on movements in the market. Now, they're both professional analysts. One's from Bloomberg, one's from Bloomberg Business, and one's from JP Morgan. They're both analysts. They're both in high-profile places. And Eric suggested that the Bitcoin mining institutions are not selling their Bitcoins according to data as well. And because they're not selling their data, the supply is going to be here going forward, and especially in a halving where the rewards get halved and demand's going to be here moving forward, which means the market is going to be going up. So the end result in general, Eric did suggest might go a little bit down, but the end result was going to be up. One suggested lockdown, one suggested a little bit down, but the end result was up. And those are two outcomes that I've stayed by since pretty much day one until now, because they're both backed by data. They're both backed by, actual PDF documentations of data. One's on data of what the Bitcoin mining institutions are selling and buying on regarding the BTC holdings, and one's on the pressure that's going to be put on them. So those are two outcomes the market can only play, but the end result is up and up and up and up. But we're going to have manipulations, we're going to have corrections and pullbacks, something to always consider. But in general, day by day, the ETF market space is expanding. About 4 days ago, interesting enough, BlackRock expanded their ETFs by adding Goldman Sachs and about 4 other massive institutions to their list of subsidiaries. 4 days away, so 4 days before, going back 4 days now, is when BlackRock expanded their ETFs by adding Goldman Sachs and everybody else to the list. 4 days before BTC halving. So those are two outcomes that I've stayed by since day one. I'm going to still stand by them. The other people on YouTube, people on TikTok, all of these crypto influencers, every single one of them on TikTok was telling people, jump out, the Titanic's about to sink. And now they're all creating videos of maybe there's 2 outcomes on the way. Something I said day one. Interesting enough, if we go in a month back, if we go regarding a month back as well, they said the same thing. They said the market's going to crash 90%. Everybody jump out. No, they're not. There's going to be a lot more money entering. And there was. We reached an all-time new high on Bitcoin. When everybody was telling everybody to jump out inside the crypto space regarding the Bitcoin ETFs, I said, no, jump in. And what happened? We went to an all-time new high on BTC because of what? The ETFs. When everybody else in the crypto space, all the influencers were telling people what? Jump out. I've been right pretty much every single round. It's because I base my opinions on actual documentations and data, and not just hypothetical seasons that I just think of my own head and go, yeah, the market could probably play out like this. No, I never do that. I always look at the data. I always look at the money coming in, money going out. And a lot of people claim to be looking at the data. But if you claim to be looking at the data, then you won't have to change your opinion every 5 seconds. People who change their opinions every 5 seconds don't look at data. They just think of scenarios in their heads. And a lot of those influencers get caught out where essentially their followers comment on their videos. I've seen a lot of comments on their videos on these influencers. People commenting, but bro, didn't you say this was going to happen? Or bro, didn't you say in your last video you were selling 90%? What happened to that? I see a lot of people getting called out on their videos as well, which is nice to see because it'll make them, actually do some research and look at some data for once in their lives and not think of scenarios every 5 seconds and change them. But it's also nice to see that the influencers that were saying the boat's about to sink are the same influencers now saying maybe there's 2 outcomes, which means they're playing by my rule book now. Because nobody considers the ETFs every single time. Nobody's considering how the ETFs are expanding day by day. Nobody's considering how we're getting ETPs. Nobody's considering how the London Stock Exchange is about to approve ETNs. Nobody's considering the expansions that's happening in India regarding BTC ETFs. Nobody's considering Brazil's BTC expansions. Nobody's considering Hong Kong's essentially BTC ETF expansions. Nobody's considering the bank licensing that keeps on happening essentially in Germany. Nobody's considering a lot of factors that are happening because nobody's looking at the correct data except me. I don't think of scenarios in my head and think, yeah, the market's going to play out. No, I look at data, actual data. And I never change my opinions. I say something and I stick by it. And I don't ever change it. And what do you know? I always turn out to be correct. So, everybody's entitled to an opinion, but opinions are not correct, and facts are facts. That's why I always like to stick to the facts. Hi, Miles and family. XRP then. Good to see you. How you doing? Miles, XRP, you said it depends on the correct adoption 2024. What about excellent prediction? 1 to 10 is what I would have to say. One got you on the big screen, Miles. You're looking great. Let's go XRP then. ACH and XDC, you said 1 to 5 in 2024. If I remember good, yes. But depends on the adoption rate. Is also what I said as well. Some people try to talk through their backsides. Will Lunar Classic, and if anybody doesn't believe me that I've been correct, you can ask the comment sections. The CMF members will tell you that I've been correct. Will Lunar Classic shock everyone and go up? Circular supply needs to be burned. Well, Binance is doing the best they can regarding burning that aspect. Thank you for answering the questions. I appreciate. Thank you for answering the questions. Appreciate it. No problem, Mo Ali. Anytime. Yeah, I read everybody's questions one by one on this live show. Every single person's question, I read it one by one. So if anybody has a question, put it down in the comment section and let's get this going. Sorry, I missed what you said about HBAR question. Can you repeat it? HBAR, good. Long-term future, good. Utility, yes, there's there. It actually has utility purposes, even in the long run. I think that they're looking at your videos. Yeah, we're on the same page. Miles, I said yesterday I don't waste my time on TT listening to idiots. Yeah, there's a lot of them on, essentially. I'd rather do my homework on the projects that I've invested my money in. Let's go. Best way. They might even be members of the CMF with fake names. Hi, Miles and family. Sorry I'm late. Mike, good to see you as well, brother. How you doing? Miles, you know your stuff. Let's go, Kim. Miles, I cannot wait to start trading with you and learn about the charts. Let's go. It would be nice to make some money, some good money, definitely. Yes, regarding... Yeah, I'm going to be releasing it on Telegram as well regarding trading for everybody on futures markets. But when you're trading with me, it's not just about looking at the charts, it's about looking at the contracts that are happening as well. So I do a different type of style of trading, which is always working out quite well for me. Crypto influencers from the last bull run are definitely back in full BS mode on TikTok again. Let's go, Ray. Yeah, it's crazy. One last night said we are going up, and another one said we're going down. Lol. It's like, which one is it? I only listen to you, Miles, and my psychic. Lol. Let's go, Shelly. Miles, your motto should be the truth. The truth shall prevail. Let's go. If Ripple versus SECs go to Supreme Court, will it take a few years? No. There's nothing to battle on. That's why. Miles is 100. Miles 100 facts. 100% facts. Let's go, Ian. 99.2% correct for my memory. Let's go, Shelly. One by one facts. Let's go, XRP then. Can I still keep some assets on MEXC or should I move everything because some crypto is only listed on MEXC? Do I have to sell or keep it on MEXC? You don't have to sell anything. You can technically keep it on Trust Wallet. If you don't want to keep it on MEXC, you can keep it on Trust Wallet. Just add the contracts in one by one if it's not listed on Trust Wallet. I'll teach you how to do that. Just direct message me. Thoughts on Litecoin and Ethereum proof of work. Thoughts on Litecoin and Ethereum proof of work. Are they worth buying and will they pump? Regarding going for Ethereum, if you want to go for Ethereum, it's a bit pricey. So if you have a good budget, go for it. Litecoin, you can go for it as well. But again, I would say there's better projects out there than rather than Litecoin. Why are you bold? I like being bold. What's wrong with being bold? Thoughts on Uniswap. Thoughts on Uniswap? I mean, they're going to be going through that case scenario with the SEC, but we have to see how that plays out, essentially. I'm looking at 3 different Bitcoin halving countdown clocks, and they all show different times. Okay, let me tell you what the halving time is now. CMC, look at the CMC time halving instead. CMC's halving time says, let's see how long, in 32 minutes. 32 minutes and, sorry, tapped on something. 32 minutes and 17 seconds. 32 minutes, sorry, yeah, 32 minutes, 31 minutes and 59 seconds. So about 30 minutes left, let's see. How long do you think Ripple vs SEC will take if it goes to Supreme Court? Should be done by this year. Thoughts on Trias? It's alright. Can Shiba Inu break its previous all-time highs? Possibility. Mouse, when will the altcoins pump? As I have few that when I sell, but I'm down on them. Depends on the altcoins that you do hold, but if they're legitimate altcoins, then they will definitely go up. If they have utility purposes. Did Kraken just make a big partnership or something like that? Yes. Kraken acquired a new company. So Kraken took took something out of Ripple's rulebook. So Ripple Labs, not Ripple Labs, but Ripple in general. So Ripple used to go around and apply for individual licensings. And then Ripple realized, well, they could just buy another company that has the licensings. That's essentially what Ripple did with Metico, and that's what they're trying to do with the New York firm and so on. And they're just acquiring companies that already have licensings. Kraken did the same thing. Kraken just brought out another trade company, and that trade company has 47 licensings under its belt. And essentially, that's going to help Kraken expand quite a lot because that trade company has 47 licensings to their belt, which now that means those 47 licensings are under Kraken's belt, which is massive. I have seen articles and videos claiming 0.0 BTC's minimum you need until 2033. No. As in, you need to have 0.01 BTC minimum? No. So when will the altcoins pump? 2 to 3 months? It could be sooner as well, because we're in crucial times right now. It could be a lot more sooner. And it does depend on this whole escalation of war that's going on. I mean, for example, last night, the BBC claimed Israel attacked Iran, and Iran's claiming there's no attacks, and Israel's not taking responsibility. So there's going to be manipulations, is what I am trying to say as well. Manipulations, corrections, pullbacks, and so on, but it could be sooner, it could be in those time frames. But in general, it's up. Is 0.01 BTC all you need until 2033 to be a millionaire? Articles and videos on YouTube about this. If you want, you could go for that, 0.01 BTC. Give it a shot. See how it goes. Is BTC tied to the stock market? Yes and no. Regarding is BTC tied to the stock market? Yes and no. The BTC ETFs, yes, they're tied to the stock market. The price of it is obviously attached to the market, but because that follows the market, the 24/7 market price markets. But regarding purchases, yes, obviously the ETFs are attached to the stock market in some sort of a way. So that's why I said yes and no. Because you get BTC on the crypto market on a 24/7 market space, but you can also get BTC on the ETF aspects, which is tied to the market opening and closing. So yes and no. You have access to both markets. Crypto 24/7 or stock market 9 to 5s, basically not 9 to 5s, but stock market ETFs. So both. I didn't check. Can we open an account on Kraken in the UK? Yes, you can open an account on Kraken in the UK. You shouldn't have any issues with that whatsoever. If I'm not mistaken, Kraken already has a license in the UK as well. They were one of the exchanges that was approved regarding the United Kingdom. Now, also, just to put in perspective, Congressman discloses Bitcoin purchase before the halving. Congressmen are buying Bitcoin, just to put in perspective. The same people that claim, cryptocurrencies are fraud and Ponzi schemes and so on. politicians in general. Some aimed growing scrutiny over financial trades by members of Congress. Representative Barry Moore has disclosed a Bitcoin BTC purchase made a month before the cryptocurrency halving event, sparking discussions about the timing and insights behind such an investment. While some lawmakers have faced criticism for poorly timed trades, Barry Moore's move positioned just days before a major reduction, and Bitcoin supply contrasts sharply with recent trading losses by other officials, showcasing a potentially savvy understanding of cryptocurrency trends. Barry Moore's strategic, essentially Bitcoin purchase. Barry Moore disclosed a Bitcoin purchase made on March 30th, 2024, just before the Bitcoin halving event, an occasion known for influencing significant price movements due to the reduced pace of new Bitcoin availability. The purchase, valued between $1,000 and $15,000, was revalued on April 18th in volatility market conditions. The timing of Moore's Bitcoin investments is pivotal, positioned right before the halving that many investors watch closely. Historically, such events have led to bullish market behaviors. When Moore made his Bitcoin purchase, the price was hovering around $69,000. By the time of disclosure, Bitcoin showed some fluctuations, settling near $64,000. Further scrutiny of Barry Moore's trading history reveals that this is not his first step into cryptocurrencies. Apparently, in mid-2021, Moore diversified his portfolios with investments in other major cryptocurrencies as well, in projects like Cardano, Dogecoin, and Ethereum. Each of these purchases were also valued between $1,000 and $15,000. By the time of late disclosures, the prices of Adder, Doge, and Ethereum had all declined from their purchase points, reflecting the high volatility and risk associated with cryptocurrency investments. Representatives Barry Moore's latest moves, buying Bitcoin before a major market event, suggest a more calculated approach, possibly drawing lessons from past experiences with volatile crypto assets. Platforms monitoring congressional trades, such as the bot created by Quiver, Quantive, can significantly influence public and investor perceptions, particularly concerning market fairness and the implications of potential investor, essentially insider information trading. So congressmen are also buying cryptocurrencies as well. Some buying it 30 days or 20 days, 25 days before the Bitcoin halving. As you hear, Miles, in Canada, our lovely Prime Minister has just announced a 2/3 capital gain tax on our real estate to come into effect soon. Thank God we have you with a plan for our future. Let's go through it further. Wow. Doesn't XRP normally pump towards the end of the alt season? Yes, but this time around could be different because this case is about to come to an end. And also we have two bull runs on the way, not just an actual traditional bull run, we also have a utility run as well. Hyper Sniper, good to see you. How you doing? Remember, we have institutions, regulations, banks, everybody coming into the middle from the corporate sector, and that's essentially Ripple's client base tell. Ripple's clientele is regulations, banks, and institutions, which are all the people coming into the play now, essentially one by one. Now, also just to put it in perspective of how much Michael Saylor has been selling off his own company shares, MSTR. And I'll tell you why this is important. Michael Saylor unloaded 400,000 MicroStrategy shares in 2024. Michael Saylor, the founder of MicroStrategy and a prominent Bitcoin BTC advocate, has offloaded 400 shares of his own company stock since the start of the year. The sales netting Saylor approximately $370 million were executed under a 10b5-1 trading plan established last year. This strategic move reflects a proactive approach to asset management as MicroStrategy shares and Bitcoin holdings continue to draw significant market attention. Stock sales and strategic growth. Since announcing a strategic pivot to Bitcoin in mid-2020, MicroStrategy has seen its market cap swell to $21.3 billion, largely due to the aggressive acquisition of over 214,000 individual Bitcoins they have brought. This bold move has not only redefined the company's business model, but has significantly influenced in the stock market, with 91% increase this year alone after a stellar 346% gain in the previous year. The planned sales by Saylor were a part of a 10b5-1 trading plan established last year, designed to allow systematic selling of up to 5,000 shares daily until April 25th, 2024. The shares sold were tied to a vast stock option set to expire at the end of April 2024, if not exercised, showcasing a well-timed and structured approach to diversification. Despite this sell-off, Saylor remains heavily invested in both MicroStrategy and Bitcoin, with holdings valued at about $1 billion. His own personal holdings are around $1.1 billion. His influence continues to steer MicroStrategy's focusing on leveraging Bitcoin's market dynamics, particularly in anticipation of the upcoming Bitcoin halving event, which could further impact the cryptocurrency's value. The ongoing sales and MicroStrategy's market maneuvers are closely monitored by investors and analysts who view these moves as a strategic rather than an inactive of lack of essentially confidence. Saylor's actions reflect a sophisticated understanding of both his company's position in the stock market and the evolving of digital assets. Two things to mention regarding Michael Saylor, two important things. One, Michael Saylor has been selling off 400,000 shares of his own company to buy more Bitcoin. Now, when Michael Saylor sells off 400,000 shares, essentially, in some people's words, dumps 400,000 shares on its own people that are holding their assets, that are holding MicroStrategy assets, and he buys Bitcoin with it, people call Michael Saylor and MicroStrategy innovative, which they should be, because it is a very innovative move for them to be selling off 400,000 shares of their own company and dumping on the people that are holding MicroStrategy MSTR stocks, because they're investing that money into the growth of the future of that company, which is something that companies do all the time. They dump on their own shares so they can grow and expand their own company by using that money. But then when Ripple Labs drops XRP to acquire Metico, or drops XRP to acquire a New York firm, or drops XRP to acquire new licensings, everybody calls Ripple scammers. They call Brad a scammer. Why is he dumping XRP on us? How can he do this to us? MicroStrategy dropped 400,000 shares of his own company to expand in a year, to expand on his company. People call him innovative, which they should be, again, because that's how business works. You dump your own company shares to expand your own company by using that money. Ripple does the exact same thing by dumping XRP so they can acquire Metico, so they can acquire new licensing, so they can expand their ecosystem with the XRP money. And people call Ripple Labs scammers, which they shouldn't be, because the same thing that applies to MicroStrategy with innovation also applies to Ripple Labs, because that's just how business works. That's how you expand your company. Microsoft sells off their own company shares to expand Microsoft. Apple does it. Every company does the exact same thing. They sell off their shares and dump on their own, users that are holding their company shares. They dump on them to expand, to use that money to expand their business. Ripple Labs does it. They're scammers. This is why I say a lot of people don't really understand how things actually work in the business world, but they love to give an opinion and call one company scammers, but then that exact company is doing the same thing as other companies. That's why they're not scammers. That's just how business works. By dropping your XRP to expand and get more licenses and acquire new companies, that's how things work in business. When MicroStrategy does it, that's how things work in business. When Microsoft does it, that's how things work in business. The other thing to point out regarding Michael Saylor is that when everybody's telling you this market is about to go 90% down, when everybody inside the crypto space is telling you jump out, the Titanic's about to sink, it's going to go 90% down, sell, sell, sell. sell your $20,000 bags, sell your $5,000 bags, sell your $10,000 bags, sell your $2,000 bags, or whatever you're holding. Sell your $100,000 bags, sell your $1 million bags. Microsoft has been dropping their own shares and buying since the beginning of the year until now, haven't stopped. They haven't sold a single penny of BTC. They've just been buying back to back to back to back. And they're holding, well, he's holding just personally $1.1 billion. His company is also holding quite a lot as well. 200, and exactly to be on the dot, his company holds 214,000 individual Bitcoins. They haven't stopped. They haven't dropped any either. So when everybody's telling you to sell, sell, sell from the crypto influencer sides, people like Michael Saylor, who is about 10,000 times more smarter than all the influencers in the crypto space put together. Michael Saylor is about 10,000 times more smarter than all of them, including me. He's smarter than me as well. I'm a humble person. The guy's a billionaire. He knows what he's doing. And he's been buying and buying and buying for himself and for his company. His company, 214,000 BTCs. Him, he owes 1.1 billion. Hasn't stopped. Never stopped. But influencers are telling you the market's going to go down 90%. Interesting. And they're telling people to sell their $10,000 bags and $5,000 bags and $2,000 bags, $20,000 bags, or even $1 million bags and jump out. Him, 1.1 billion, still holding strong. His company, $214,000, 214,000 individual Bitcoins, still holding strong. Some perspectives out there. Those are two important things, two key factors just from that one piece. And now, in this moment in time, as we're about to go through the Bitcoin halving, let me just give you this piece. This is Satoshi Nakamoto's final words, just a reminiscence of what his final words were a long time ago. They've resurfaced again because we are at the Bitcoin halving. So Satoshi Nakamoto's final words echo on Bitcoin's halving. As the cryptocurrency community eagerly anticipates the upcoming Bitcoin halving event, the words of the Bitcoin persona creator Satoshi Nakamoto have surfaced, adding intriguing and speculation to the countdown. These statements, believed to have been made by Nakamoto before exiting the social media scene, have sparked a renowned interest and reflection on the significance of the cryptocurrency scene 3 years after publishing Bitcoin's white paper and mining the Genesis block. On April 23rd, 2011, he emailed another Bitcoin developer informing him that he had moved on to other things. As the Bitcoin community counts down the final minutes to the much anticipated halving event, a sense of reflection prematures in the air. OKLink says the current countdown to the Bitcoin halving event is in a few minutes right now, essentially. Galaxy's tweet and report on the Bitcoin halving event echoes Satoshi's words. These were his final words. The root problem with conventional currency is all the trust that's required to make it work. The central bank must be trusted, not to debase the currency. But the history of fiat currencies is full of breaches of that trust. Satoshi Nakamoto, February 11, 2009. Those were his final words. In his report, Galaxy stated that Satoshi's programmed the halving functions on Bitcoin as a countermeasure to the ongoing debasements of the fiat currencies, which prompted the reflection of this particular Satoshi Nakamoto comment. These facts demonstrate that Bitcoin's monetary policy is fixed and each halving compares its lifespan. Once more, halvings will continue, but stakeholders might not be able to bailed out by the financial systems. The impending halving scheduled for April 2024 underlines these fundamentals and serves as a reminder to the market of Bitcoin's unique features. If you don't believe me or don't get me, I don't have time to try to convince you. Sorry. Galaxy Research echoed one of Satoshi Nakamoto's statements that dates back to July 29th, 2010. Those were two statements he made, or she made. We don't know who they are. And the Bitcoin halving is in now, basically. So Bitcoin halving has happened. Perfect timing. The CMC Bitcoin halving 2024 in April 2024, the block reward will be reduced from 6.225 BTC per block to 3.125 Bitcoin per block, as tracked by a countdown clock. The last Bitcoin halving happened on April 20th, 2024, which is essentially today, 109.27. And the Bitcoin halving has happened. So perfect timing to share his 2 speeches that he made. Tennis left, yep. Good night, Miles, the CMF coin. See you tomorrow, same time as usual, coin. In Canada, I have friends that want to buy crypto, but they can't afford it as they are living paychecks to paychecks, just trying to survive. It's very sad here. Harry, I always tell people, even if you have $5, dollars or £2 or £1, invest. You don't need to have thousands of dollars to invest into the market. £1 a week, £1 a day will go a long way on the right project on a long-term basis. Even £1, €1 or $1 a day will go a long way. Or even $5 a month will also go a long way. Alright, let's go, Sniper. My CMC still says 18 minutes still. I think you need to refresh it, or it's because of time zones. How funny that worked out. How funny that worked out that we were on the live at the exact time. Happy halving, everyone. Let's go, Shelly. Happy halving to you all. Let's pray to be healthy and wealthy. Amen. Let's go, Funky Brother. Yes, 4 minutes. I think it's because of different time zones. Yes, happy halving all. Let's go free and forever. Good night, everyone, to the new beginning. Let's go, Funky Brother. And we are coming up to the endings of this live show as well. So we stayed up for the halving, which perfectly lined in with the live show right towards the end, and with the speech of Satoshi Nakamoto. So, Funky Brother, see you tomorrow sometime as usual. If you enjoyed this live show, yes, I've been telling them to and spreading your wisdom to them. Thanks. Let's go, Harry. I am only hoping for the best. I've seen my portfolio double within the last 2 months, from 8,000 to 15,000. It's so insane. Let's go. Happy halvings to all. Happy halvings to all though. Cheers, peeps. Ray, let's go. Don't forget to retweet and like. Yes, facts. Let's go. Sorry if you discussed this before, but what did you mean by 2 bull runs? One is utility, one is traditional. The utility bull run is the banks and institutions and the regulations. So projects that have utility. The real purpose of cryptocurrencies is not buy, sell, quick profits. The real purpose of cryptocurrencies, the reason why they were invented, was for utility purposes. And we're going to see that utility coming in starting this year. The moment essentially BlackRock and everybody else came into the play was the Kickstarter for the utility scene. And the more banks that are coming in day by day, especially from the European markets, and the regulations and the licenses that are coming in, the crypto space is maturing, and projects that have utility basis are going to be going upwards. That's the other run, the utility run, the real purpose of cryptocurrencies, not the buy and sell one. Mine says it's done. Yep, let's go, Shelly. Wow, BTC started pumping at 1,000 right now. Happy halving all. Let's go, Pure. It's done. Yeah. So, if you, it's done. Let's go. Night, Miles and family. Harry, let's go. See you tomorrow as usual, Harry. Miles, just checking if you updated your portfolio on Telegram and put the Telegram link on YouTube. I forgot. Shelly, I'll put it on today after the live show regarding Telegram. Shelly, thank you so much. I do appreciate a lot when you keep on reminding me. But I will definitely do it tonight on the live show. Honestly, I do. Honestly, thank you so much for reminding me again, for not forgetting. Even when I do forget, for you for not forgetting. So thank you so much for that, Shelly. Insults are not welcome in this family. Good night, house to the family. A good night, and yeah, that one person at the beginning. I was in Afghanistan, and the government shoot me with frequent turned me into an. I don't know what that means. Good night, Miles of CMF. Jason, see you tomorrow sometime as usual. It was amazing how being ripped off a couple of years ago by a crypto scammer, but it only made me more determined to learn and incorporate due diligence. Now I'm on the verge of reaping the benefits. Let's go, Nula. So, honestly, let's go. Thank you so much. Look, I just want to say, if you've enjoyed this live show and you're watching this live show for the first time ever, you enjoyed this live show, you can tune into this live show every single night at this exact same time. This live show is called the CMF live show that I do every single night on X and YouTube at the exact same time. We're live right now on X and YouTube. So if you're watching this for the first time and you enjoyed it, so follow me on X if you're watching on X, and subscribe to me on YouTube if you're watching on YouTube, and tune in every single night. And engage in the comment sections as well. There's amazing people inside the comment sections, the CMF members, every single night. We discuss what's happening around the world and how the world is shifting into a digital era regarding CBDCs, regarding the politics behind it, and also cryptocurrencies and so many other aspects. And we do Q&As as well, Q&As, which means you ask the questions, I give you the answers, and I have a background in business, finance, tech, law, and cybersecurities. So you're in perfect hands. So again, if you enjoyed this live show, drop a follow, drop a like. And CMF. And also, everything I do is completely free of source. Everything I provide is completely free of source. I believe education needs to always remain free. So don't worry, I will never charge you a single penny. Everything is free. Everything I provide is completely free of source. And we have a Telegram group as well, and also free of source. Everything I provide, again, free of source. A Telegram group is inside my X profile. If you go on my X profile, and you click on the link. So, CMF. Thank you so much to every single one of you for tuning into this live show every single night. Thanks so much to every single one of you that's been tapping on the screen on X and tapping on the screen on YouTube. And thank you so much to every single one of you that's retweeted this live show on X. Honestly, I mean it. Genuinely, thank you so much to every single person that's been retweeting this live show on X and retweeting other live shows on X that I've done as well. And happy Pisces, thank you so much for retweeting a lot of the live shows. I see the messages coming up, notifications. Everybody that's been retweeting all the live shows. I will honestly see everybody tomorrow. I'll see everybody tomorrow. Same timing as usual. Everybody have a great day or a good night, depending on where you are around the world. Happy halving generation. Wealth will be made. Let's go, Griffin. Best utility XRP, pretty much. Good night, Miles and XRP. Good night, Miles and CMF. Carol, see you tomorrow sometime as usual. Let's go shift the gear of the trip with the halving. Let's go see him. See you tomorrow sometime as usual. Good night, Miles and CMF. Orphan, see you tomorrow sometime as usual. It's finally happened. Let's go pure. Oh yeah, let's see how things play out. Exactly. Halving is on. Let's go. How can we join the Telegram? The link is in my X profile. The link is in my X profile, but I'll add the link on YouTube as well. But Newsy, welcome to the CMF. If you subscribe to me on YouTube, welcome to the CMF, and I'll add it on YouTube as well, the link for the Telegram. I've been preparing since July 2023. Let's go. Got him to say it. Let's go say it. You want £100? You want £100? Don't. I don't need £100. Keep your £100. Keep your £100 for yourself. Go and use it for yourself. Buy yourself some food and treat yourself. Your rules. Good Miles and CMF. Freedom Feather. See you tomorrow sometimes usual as well. Hey Miles, check your DMs. Max, I'll check them out. Nula, see you tomorrow sometimes usual. Wait, what's... good night, Miles and family. Have a great night. Mike, see you tomorrow sometimes usual. Money on the line. It's okay. D Burnside 8. Keep the £100 for yourself and go and spend it. Or if you're feeling like giving £100 away, use that £100 and feed the homeless with it. If you want to give £100 away, feed the homeless with it. You don't have to, give it to me in any sort of a way. And everything I provide is completely free of source. So take that £100 and feed the homeless with it. Buy some sandwiches, give it to the homeless. Most importantly, thanks Miles and CMF family for your help and support. Nula, let's go. See you tomorrow, Nula, same time as usual. I feel like a pit bull by keep reminding you of things. Take care, Miles and family. Ray, see you tomorrow, sometimes usual. Sorry for sounding like a broken record, Lord. I know you want to do it, but you just have so much on your plate. Yes, no, Shelly, I do really appreciate it for reminding me all the time. I genuinely do appreciate it. I'm truly grateful to be reunited with all you again. Let's go, Nula. You look ill. Go get a checkup. I'm not ill in any sort of a way. Just 3 hours of sleep I've had today. I had 3 hours of sleep the day before. I had 3 hours of sleep yesterday. I've had 3 hours of sleep today. And let's see. I mean, I had 3 hours of sleep last night as well. So just 3 hours. So yeah. Thanks, Miles. Great information as usual. Happy Pisces. See you tomorrow sometime as usual. No problem. Let's go. Thanks so much for the kind words. Just being a CMF PA. Let's go, Shelly. Just being a CMF personal assistant. Let's go. And wish everyone a happy halving day. Let's go, Chill Zone. Good live, Miles. Thanks again for your great info and opinion. Let's go, Semper. Thanks so much for the kind words. Thanks for another brilliant live stream. Take care, Nula. See you tomorrow sometime as usual. Thanks so much for the kind words. Shelly, thanks for your work. Yes. Definitely, Shelly. Thank you for your works. Good night, Miles and all CMF. Emo, see you tomorrow, but at the same time as usual. Thanks, Miles. No, Shelly, thank you. Honestly, thank you so much, Shelly. Buy XRP is what Foxy said. I'm definitely not buying any more projects at this point in time. Yeah. Thanks, Miles, and see you tomorrow, family. Someone see you tomorrow sometime as usual. Because the halving has started. Yep. Thank you. No problem, easy. Only adding to my XDC and XRP profile and so on. Yep. Why do you sleep so less? Why do I sleep so less? Is because I have too much on my plate. So I do a live show every single day. That 2 hours before every single live show that I do, I prep 2 hours before. So the CMF live show, this live show that you're watching, that I do every single night, 2 hours before it, I'm prepping for it. Before 2 hours before that, I'm going through, my whole day is just reading documentations, phone calls, emails, building, my, because I have a blockchain startup company called CoinMove.one. It's on Google. If you Google, it's the first one on Google, CoinMove.one. So I'm building an entire company. I'm doing phone calls, emails, Zoom meeting calls, and so on the whole day, going through paperwork, coding, developing the website for my company myself, and also designing an application for iOS and Android myself. And I already have one company. I already have one website for CoinMove, but there's a second one coming that I'm building from scratch. I'm building from scratch the iOS application and the Android application. I'm doing phone calls, emails, Zoom calls, meetings. And then 2 hours after this live show every single night, I'm prepping for this live show. And then this live show is now finishing, and I have more paperwork and more editing to go through, more documentations, and so on and so on and so on. So, you've got to spend your time wisely. So that is why I sleep so less. Miles, rest please. We need you healthy for the bull run. Let's go, Shelly. Don't worry, I'm always healthy. That's not a suggestion. That's an order from your PA, lol. Let's go, Shelly. Will the market dip or skip? Or spike? Skip. Well, the two outcomes. Consider two outcomes. God bless you all. Good health. Let's go XRP then. So, honestly, CMF, thank you so much to every single person from the CMF that tunes in every single night, communicates on the comment sections, taps on the screen on X, taps on the screen on YouTube, and retweets this live show on X as well. Genuinely mean it. It does help to spread the family on X. And again, if you enjoyed this live show, you're watching it for the first time ever, and you want to tune in every single night, go for it. And tune in for every single night, starting 11:25 p.m. UK time. I will see everybody tomorrow, same timing as usual. Everybody have a great day or a good night, depending on where you are around the world, CMF. See you all tomorrow, same time as usual. Nula, see you tomorrow. I certainly hope that the 5,000 XRP is enough. It's a great amount. Good night, brother, and CMF. Let's go. Below. See you tomorrow, sometimes as usual. I'll see everybody tomorrow, same time as usual. Everybody have a great day or a good night, depending on where you are around the world. Sleep Miles, let's go. Night all. CMF on YouTube and X. See you all tomorrow. Shelly, see you tomorrow, same time as usual. Nula, see you tomorrow, same time as usual. I'll see everybody tomorrow, same time as usual.